And and tonight, we're going to have Supervisor Wishaw lead us in prayer.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. As we come together in service to our county, let us remember the trust placed in us by the people that we represent. May we approach our responsibilities with humility, thoughtfulness, and a shared commitment to the common good. Let this be a space for problem solving, not politics, and for progress rooted in respect, not division. May we rise above partisan or cultural battles and focus instead on what unites us, the well-being, safety, and prosperity of our communities. May our work today and in the future be worthy of the people that we serve. Amen.
And the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So if the clerk could call the roll.
Supervisors Kelly, Preisker, Nielsen, and Coleman are absent. All other supervisors are in the chambers.
Item number 4, public comment pursuant to section 2-73, the Racine County Code of Ordinances. Each speaker shall be allotted 3 minutes. Are there any visitors' comments? Seeing none. We'll move on to item number 5. Reading of the minutes of the previous meeting, which is automatically waived unless requested by a majority of the members present. I'll move on to number 6, resolutions and ordinances referred to committee.
There are none.
Item number 7, introduction of resolutions and ordinances for first reading and referral. Supervisor
Rakowski. Thank you,
I
Chair.
was going to say Supervisor Tom, but then I get 6 different.
That's all right. Last night, the Economic Development and Land Use Planning Committee met and voted unanimously to approve a solar energy ordinance as well as a resolution requesting the state to increase funding for county land and water conservation departments. We ask that both these items be given a first reading this evening due to time constraints.
Objections? Would you like to read them in?
Resolution number 2025-1 by the Racine County Economic Development and Land Use Planning Committee to support increasing base funding to $20.2 million for county conservation funding statewide. And ordinance 2025-2 by Racine County Economic Development and Land Use Planning Committee, amending section 20 of the Racine County Code of Ordinances regarding the consideration and/or issuance of zoning permits, conditional use, and/or site plan review zoning approvals for solar energy systems, SES.
Item number 8, communications and claims.
Resolution number R-16-25, supporting the renewal of the Nelson Stewardship Fund from Marathon County.
Item number 1 is referred to the Economic Development and Land Use Planning Committee.
Item number 2 is a legal claim, and item numbers 3 through 10 are notifications from the United States Bankruptcy Court.
Items number 2 through 10 are referred to Finance and Human Resources Committee and Corporation Council.
Item number 9, communications and claims. Excuse me, yep. Supervisor
Can I have a copy of number 1, please?
Yes. Is there any other requests out there? Item number 9, communications from the county executive.
There are none.
Item number 10, standing committee reports containing recommendations on the items referred.
There are no reports.
Item number 11, second reading of resolutions and ordinances.
Resolution number 2024-100 by Finance and Human Resources Committee authorizing the acceptance of a Wisconsin Department of Transportation grant, sole source contract with R.A. Smith creation of new capital project for County Highway K and County Highway V intersection, and transfer of $70,000 within the capital 2025 budget.
Supervisor Trotter. Oh, go ahead.
Second, Mr. Chairman.
Supervisor Trotter.
And thank you, Mr. Chairman. In regards to resolution number 2024-100, this is requesting $70,000 within the 2025 capital budget for preliminary engineering phase of the plan development and state review for the start of a roundabout at County Road K and County Road V. And this is due to numerous accidents and major safety concerns. The project will proceed by June 1 of 2025 and continue through April 1 of 2029. Total cost estimate for this project is $2,644,489. The HSIP federal grant capped at $563,493 requires local matching funds of 10% of the total payment, which is approximately $265,000. The remaining balance of $1,812,047 for construction is funded by the federal government. The acronym HSIP, I'm guessing is Highway Safety Inspection Project, but I have Chris Gallagher here to address that acronym and any other additional questions. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Supervisor. The acronym is actually a Highway Safety Improvement Program. So it applies to any basically surface transportation program that could get federal money for a safety reason, which was, as you stated, this intersection being a skewed intersection has seen a lot of right angle crashes. So it was a good candidate. It's one of the worst intersections for the county that hasn't already been addressed in some way by another project. So as we look to get the next funding during the HISP cycle, which is the way we say that acronym in the engineering department, this was the best candidate for us, and we were the county was awarded the project.
Thank you, Chris. Any additional questions for Chris?
Chris, just maybe it's my need to know certain facts, but maybe going forward, because tonight I wouldn't expect you to have it off the top of your head, but when we talk about the term a lot of accidents, it would help if we had a sense in the future of what those numbers might look like. Because a lot to you might be 10, a lot to me might be 100.
So there were 54 in this particular, they usually look at 5-year ranges of time.
Yep.
And of course, that data is not instantly published. So for this one, it looked at this time frame from 2018 to 2023.
Okay.
So there were 54 crashes, and something like 65 or 70% of those were right angle, or what we call colloquial T-bone crashes at the intersection. Usually people turning from V, trying to make the left turn onto County K.
Excellent. So 54 over what period of time again?
5 years.
5 years. So basically, give or take 10 a year, roughly. a year.
Exactly right.
Okay, thank you, Chris.
Any further questions? So a motion's been made and seconded, and this is a 2/3 majority vote. Call the questions. Oops.
Um, 16 yeses, motion carries.
Item number 12, reconsiderations of resolutions and ordinances from previous meetings and or actions on vetoes.
There are none.
reconsideration of and or notice of intent for reconsideration of resolutions and ordinances.
There are none.
That's right. Item number 14, informational reports.
Stand by. Report number 2025-1 by the County Board Chairman making appointments to standing committees and making changes in committee assignments.
Item number 15, miscellaneous business announcements and oral reports. I'm going to turn it over right now to the Corp Counsel, Michael Lemsler.
Sure. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And at the risk of disrupting what could be the shortest board meeting on record, I just wanted to offer a brief update and foreshadow some future presentations. So the board will note that in the month of February and March, as part of its communications, it received for the first time a monthly facilities management report summarizing the status of various projects being handled through facilities management. I just wanted to speak a little bit about the genesis for those reports. It was based largely on feedback that was received from judges, from other elected officials who work out of the courthouse and the law enforcement center, who expressed a desire for improved communications, better coordination, all in the interest of trying to minimize disruptions to the courts and other services. The reports have been well received by those officials. As recently as today, we had a Security and Facilities Committee meeting, and Judge Lynott, who's the chair of that committee, recognized the improved efforts to communicate about these ongoing projects. You'll note, and you'll continue receiving these on a monthly basis, you'll note that in addition to the ongoing projects that are managed by facilities management, those monthly reports have also mentioned some of the larger capital projects, including the behavioral health building project, the 911 infrastructure public safety building project. And while of course facilities management plays a key role in the planning and execution of each of those projects, given the magnitude, the scope, the cost, the complexity, those projects are managed really not by a single department, and certainly not facilities management. Often there's a multidisciplinary team. We've got owners' representatives, various entities that have a hand in the management of those larger projects. And we're going to note as much because I think there was some confusion in that regard. We're going to note that in future reports. So we'll continue reporting out on those, but identifying who the best people are for addressing inquiries on those projects. So that's the first part. The second part, I just wanted to foreshadow, and you can mark your calendars on this, that it's anticipated based on discussions and planning between the county executive and board chair that we're going to be having periodic quarterly report outs to this body, to the county board on those larger projects. And so we're anticipating that we'll have an executive committee or committee of the whole meeting before county board on Tuesday, May 27th. At that meeting, we'll be providing a comprehensive update on the status of the multi-phase, multi-year Reef Point Marina revitalization project. And then thereafter on June 24th, during the regularly scheduled county board meeting, we'll have comprehensive updates regarding the status of the behavioral health building project. And that same date, we'll also have comprehensive updates on the status of the public safety building project, which ties in also to the 911 infrastructure. So the sheriff's office will be here reporting out on the status of those projects, and we'll be happy to field any and all questions that you have regarding those projects. And we'll continue going forward until completion of those projects on a quarterly basis. Thank you.
Any other miscellaneous? Supervisor Capralian.
Thank you. I want to actually have the attention off me for a moment and bring it to the audience. Dimitri Wilworth is here again. Last time he was in these chambers, I think, is when shortly after he arrived to America. So he has just a few more months left, and that's when he'll be taking me back to Belgium with him. And, but we've just come from a tennis match. His name is getting around Kenosha very quickly as being the tennis player to beat. And he won his matches today and just in the past couple days. So he's leaving his mark here in Kenosha, and I'm glad he could join us again today. But with these last couple months left, I open it up to any of you with suggestions on things that he might be open. You could give suggestions to experience before he goes back home. Thank you.
Thank you. Supervisor Trotter.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This accomplishment needs mentioning this evening. Tonight, I learned that Supervisor Taylor Wishaw was appointed as a municipal judge in Burlington. I think that calls for a round of applause from all of our supervisors.
Supervisor Spencer.
Thank you. I spent part of the afternoon today observing the circuit court, I believe 7th district recount, which is kind of an interesting process to watch. I talked with Clerk Christensen and she wanted me to throw out there if any of us are interested in assisting to talk to Liz tonight or her tomorrow.
Supervisor Horth.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I have two items. One, I don't know if that means I'm going to be able to slow down or drive faster going through Burlington now in the future. And number two, I wanted to officially let Chris know that 54 accidents over 5 years would achieve my definition of the term a lot, just so you know.
Any further? Well, I want to wish everybody happy holidays this weekend. So Supervisor Shakur, we are adjourned.